to go. Hello there, this is Jessica with marketingforgreatness.com. In today's video, we are going to talk about how can you unlock the power of SEO in content marketing. We're going to give you our take on what it is like to create a journey so that you can have traffic to your website, you can build trust with those visitors, and ultimately you can build transactions. If you're new to my world, I'm the recovered attorney that turned herself into a forensic digital marketer. I actually have a marketing company here in Austin, Texas, and our bread and butter is content marketing SEO. We call ourselves the MFG SEO agency. I have business partners that are amazing and an amazing team, and we love everything that can help you to build your brand and monetize it. So inside the mini training that I'm going to be giving you today, we're going to be talking about content marketing, what it is for those of you who are new. We're going to be talking about the kind of content that you create and the different goals that you might have with your content. We actually believe that not every content is created equal. Not every content that you put out there is going to be for the same purpose, right? So in that sense, there's no such thing as one size fits all when it comes to content marketing. We're going to talk about content marketing SEO from our approach, and we're going to talk about our secret formula. Well, it's not going to be so much of a secret anymore, into how is it that the experts that actually take websites with traffic and then their only job with that website is to turn the traffic into conversions. Those are called CRO, which is conversion rate optimization experts. And we're going to be talking about the elements of those conversion rate optimization points that typically they actually are the places where we can find the money from that traffic that is providing those viewers, providing all of that visibility, but it's not driving revenue. So I think it's going to be really good. Make sure that you know that you can always ask any questions in comments wherever you're watching this video. And we're loving the opportunity to just have a conversation with you and see where you are at. Okay. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about our solution. And I'm just super excited about it. So let's dive in. What is content marketing? There's a lot of definitions when it comes to content marketing, but I'm going to set with this one. Content marketing is a strategic approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience, and ultimately to drive profitable customer action. And I will say this, not every content writer is a content marketer, and vice versa. Not every content marketer is a writer. And before AI, when we were working with projects where we were optimizing a website for traffic and for conversions, we actually needed to hire writers. We needed to hire a content marketer for the distribution aspect. And then you have the SEO experts and the CRO experts. And that's why, depending on the size of a company, you can see that the content marketing team can be between 5 and even 10 people because it has different skill set. Okay. But if you're an entrepreneur, the good news is that now you have AI tools that can serve and can occupy the job of a good writer, especially if you learn how to prompt those tools in your favor, right? So what I'm also trying to say here is that not just everything that you write out there, it's going to be considered a content marketing approach. And the best example that I can think of is, have you noticed when business owners go on social media and all they do is just to share promotions? That's typically the case when the business is not really taking a content marketing approach. Okay. Another example where we definitely see that content marketing has not been used is when businesses build a website and the website is either a one-pager or it just has the basic pages, but they're not creating more content. Okay. Content marketing actually works in your behalf and can replace a sales team. Don't tell that to my husband. But it actually works as a supplementary asset to your business. If you build that content marketing engine the right way, it should actually make you money. And that's the beauty of it. Okay. So a content marketing funnel normally looks like this, okay? And if you've never seen these words, I'm sorry, they sound like really kind of crazy. But in our world, we're used to hear the word tofu, mofu, bofu. And when these words are applicable, it's typically when you're building your content marketing plan, which is, okay, what are we going to be writing and what these pieces of written content are going to be part of, or why do we need to write this particular piece of content, okay? So you usually have this idea that you want to model the journey of your future buyers. And normally, because we have access to the keywords that show us what is the information that people want to learn when they're looking to solve a problem, you typically are guided to write the tofu content, which is the top of the funnel. This is typically content that is like in blogs, and then you have kind of like a way where you build this authority and rapport and you educate people, right? Then you have the middle part, which is the middle funnel, or MOFU, the middle part of this funnel. The middle funnel is typically when people already know that they have an issue, they know how they are going to solve it, so they're now looking for particular details on how the process will work, okay? And normally, this is the part of a funnel that should be helping you to turn the traffic into leads, okay? That's middle funnel. Bottom funnel, it's the content that is going to help you to take people from your website to having a conversation with you, okay? Now, what happens that now that we have AI tools, now with AI, what this has done is to revolutionize the speed. And in the past, you could actually have in 1 month, let's say, if it was like a good content marketing, I would say, plan, right? If they had a budget, a company could create between 8 and 10 articles, and I'm talking about a budget between $8,000 to $10,000 per month. Again, when you're building your content marketing engine, you're not just talking about a content writer. You need a team of at least 5 people. So when I'm telling you these numbers, you should not be surprised, because normally, right, these are marketers that are going to be working almost part-time in a combination of between 5 and 6 of those in your brand, right? And it could be exhausting, and especially for a small business owner and for an entrepreneur that it's not having access to all of these resources, they typically just give up. They don't have the budget, they don't have the time, and they don't even have the skill set to create content that Google will consider good content. Nevertheless, the content that will fulfill all of these aspects of the funnel. Okay. Now, because of AI, you can actually prompt these tools to give you all of these pieces of content at once. And that's just the beauty of using AI. Okay. Now, 70%, okay, according to HubSpot research, says that 70% of companies use content marketing. And this is in the B2B sector and B2C sector as well. Normally, when you think of content marketing, you might be thinking that it's just a blog and the articles, but it's not. Now, blogs are very powerful, and posts and pages of your website are very powerful, but they're not the only places where you can implement a content marketing strategy, which is, like I told you before, a strategy is the one when you're thinking in the funnel way. You're thinking about the journey of these future buyers and what is the information that they need to know so that they can make the decision to hire you or buy your products or your services, okay? So social media can also be approached from the content marketing standards. Instead of just posting whatever it is that you want to post on a daily basis and catching up with your friends, when you're starting to use social media for your business, you need a game plan. And that game plan is content marketing, okay? Podcast, another great way to create content, especially because the podcast audiences are very warm. They're used to that format. They consume content. And if you get to build an audience inside a podcast platform, you can be considered as a set for life because those are very loyal audiences. They really, really, really consume content and share. The other place where content marketing works very good is actually in video. And just like in social media, when you approach video from the content marketing angle, you're not just going to be making one video or two videos or 4 videos a month. You need to have a strategic plan. And again, remember the tofu, mofu, and bofu. You're going to think about that funnel. You're going to think about the stages where these viewers are going to go and how are you going to drive them closer to make a decision of buying from you. Okay. The other place, which is actually, in my opinion, a place where not too many businesses are leveraging the power of this one, it's emails, newsletters. Okay. Newsletters, I would say they can be very powerful, but they also need a content marketing and they need a strategy and they need to have, especially attribution, which is something that most marketers avoid because they don't really understand it. But when you get to build that content that has the trackable links, you can actually see how much money you can make from a single email newsletter. The other place where you need content is paid ads, right? Those headlines are written with a particular approach. Those particular product descriptions, they're also written with a particular format so that it conveys that direct response. The other place that is also a place where we consider that is content marketing is infographics. And you might have heard already that when you write for your blog, if you actually create an infographic with that same information, what is going to happen is that Google is going to give you ranking not only for the written content, but also for content that is in the format of an image, of a PNG. Same thing with the video. If you create the same content in writing, same one goes for the video and the same one goes for the image. Now you're tackling SEO from the 3 angles: the written, the audio, and then the audio and the video, and then also the images, which is amazing. Another place where content marketing also is applicable is on your ebooks, right? How many times you have downloaded an ebook and then it has the clickable links, it has a flow, it's going to drag you into learning more about something, it's going to sell you something. Well, that's because you're using a content marketing strategy. Again, it's not the same as writing a novel for the sake of writing your story versus creating content that is going to drive sales and revenue for your business. So that takes us to discuss what is it that are the top marketing channels, and this is as of 2022. As of 2022, the places where businesses are putting content the most, it's actually in social media, okay? Notice how social media is at 44%, followed by website and blog, which is 36%. Email marketing is kind of hand in hand there, 35%. Content marketing, they have it as a standalone, 32%. Influencer marketing, 30%. SEO marketing, 26%, and 25% for virtual events. How customers are arriving to your business? That's a question that I would love to know from you. Tell me in comments, do you see that these stats apply to your business? Are you actually seeing the results from social media? Be honest. Be honest. I really want to hear your answer here because in our world, we are seeing more conversions from our website, from our articles, and especially because they can be scaled. I don't always have to be present to write an article. I can just simply write the outline and hire my writers, especially now with the AI tools, and just proofreading and do the editing part, and boom, we're done, right? So social media takes more time, especially when you want to use the platform for videos and you want to share stories and all that. And I would say not every entrepreneur and business owner and leader see themselves as a celebrity, right? Like you don't have to be a celebrity to create content. And that's one of the reasons why I love the idea that content doesn't always need to be in the social format. You can create content to drive more trust to grow your authority, to get more speaking engagements, for example, and you don't have to be dancing, okay? Now, to give you more reasons why you should be taking a more closer look to content and SEO, is that SEO leads actually have a 14.6% of conversion rates versus the traditional marketing, especially when it comes to e-commerce and cold marketing tactics. It's just the conversion is just very, very low, okay? And what is an SEO lead? An SEO lead is somebody that was searching for a solution. They found you. They started reading your content. They started engaging with your content. They probably read it, shared it, took pictures, saved it as a bookmark, and then book an appointment. And then boom, chances of you closing that lead are much higher than if somebody comes to your website as a cold lead, especially with advertising, okay? So now that we know that we can create content, that we should create content, that we should be strategic about those stages of those future buyers. Remember, the tofu, the mofu, and the bofu. Let me tell you a story on how did I come into learning that not every SEO expert is an expert, and not every content marketer is actually an SEO practitioner. They do have the theories, but an SEO practitioner, in my opinion, is somebody that the only thing that they do all day and all night is SEO. Okay, I think that there's a lot of content marketers that they had to learn SEO by accident, but when somebody actually has worked full time and has gotten paid just to do SEO work and CRO work, I think that you need to listen to what they have to say. And that's the case with our co-founder of our agency and my business partner, Alex. When I met Alex, I actually wanted him to fix my website. I had created a lot of traffic, millions of impressions, but I had no idea. The way that I created traffic was because I went to this program, by then it was SEM Rush. I was basically looking for the keywords, looking for the long tail keywords. And based on the questions that I saw that could give me potential for traffic, then I would just answer those questions. And guess what? It did work. I created a lot of traffic, but the traffic was not targeted. I was not attracting the right audience. I was not generating the right opportunities, and it was almost impossible to promote my high ticket items to this traffic. And that's something that you need to know. Not every keyword it's going to be the one that is going to attract the audience that you want to buy from you. Now, there are pieces of your audience and segments of your audience that you still need them, even if they're not going to be the ones that end working with you. But it's going to be better if you know what is the size, what is the segment of your audience that is ready to buy from you and is ready to invest in the high ticket items. This is where I would say the SEO beginners versus SEO advanced practitioners are going to be separated. Okay, when you're working with somebody that is an advanced practitioner in the SEO world and they come with CRO practices, you're going to notice a difference. And that's what happened with Alex, like to the point that I said, let's just work together. Because one of the things I actually did was I referred him one of the clients that I was working at the moment with. I was consulting and I had recommended my client to write content. We actually hired a content writing agency and they were writing content for SEO. But the content was not necessarily generating conversions the way that we expected. And my intuition told me you need to work with somebody that actually the only thing they do is just conversion rate optimization. I had read about their skill set and I was just fascinated to get to know the way that they work. And I remember, I'll never forget this, that in my mind, I was like, well, SEO must be more than just keywords, because how can an agency pay these people full-time jobs and then you have a team? I mean, by then he was managing a team of like 7 or 8 people. I'm like, what you guys do? I mean, I thought like SEO was just like keywords and writing articles. Are you guys like writing articles like all day or all night? He's like, no, that's not it. That's actually the SEO team was not even counting the writers. So that was eye-opening for me, and it should be eye-opening for you to understand that even now with AI is a tool that allows us to do the work, but the pilot of that tool needs to be an expert, and it's going to be completely different when that pilot is an expert, and you're going to get amazing outcomes for those tools. Anyway, so working with Alex, I learned that when it comes to optimizing traffic to generate conversions and conversions from the right segments, I told him that I was going to basically monetize his brain and teach you guys what he has taught me in the 2 years that we have working together in our agency. And here's the way I see that he works. Number one is when he takes a look at a website, he doesn't see a website as a whole publication, as many of us think of a website. Normally you think of a website and you're starting to believe that people are going to land on your homepage, and you think that they're going to go to your About Me page and then they're going to see your offerings. That's not the case. Every page on your website has basically the opportunity to receive a traffic from somebody that has never landed on your homepage. Okay, so it's not just a homepage that Google will index. Google index the entire website in something that is called the sitemap, and I'm not going to bore you with that, but it's important for you to know, because when you understand how these users are landing on your website and what is the first page that they are landing and what questions did they type, what keywords did they type to actually land on that page, is going to give you a different perspective. So when he's optimizing one page at a time to generate traffic and conversions, he's going to be, number one, picking the keywords, but it's not just the keywords, okay? So I have actually seen Alex picking keywords that have low traffic, low volume. But guess what? The way he says it is like, this particular keyword is being asked by a person that definitely wants to work with this kind of expert, right? So using those low-hanging fruits that not necessarily are going to be the fancy keywords might be one of the ways that you can turn your traffic into a high converting one, okay? So dig a little bit deeper in that keyword research so that not only you're just aiming to generate more traffic, because more traffic doesn't always mean more money. And then that takes us into the T number 2 is transactional keywords. I learned this in such a fascinating way, because I always was like, why are you adding all of these sections with all of these frequent asked questions and questions that, do you think that these people are going to be interested in learning all of that? He's like, that's not the point. The point is that Google is going to learn that when somebody is going to land on this website, that person can also get services and can also get the offers that you have to offer. So in a sense, the keywords and the transactional keywords are added into a page, not necessarily considering only what these users are going to be reading. Sometimes these keywords are hidden. Sometimes this piece of content is hidden. And that is when you actually see the power of working with an SEO that also can do technical SEO. Okay, so I'm going to leave this like as an intriguing part, because I want that we can have a conversation and we can show you more from this CRO magic that we can do. Then number 3 is trust. If you have basically optimized a page and it has the right keywords, it's showing that it has the impressions, it's showing that it has the traffic, but you're not seeing the conversions, then trust is another factor that we need to consider. Do enough people know about the brand? Is the brand reliable? Is the reviews, like how can we consider the external factors into this page so that we can do a recreation of what it takes for somebody to get to know about the brand, to get to know about the solutions that they offer, and then how can they basically offer those solutions. So trust is the last T that when it comes to optimizing one page, so it converts, we actually take a look at that. And again, it's one page at a time, okay? Now, just to recap, you might be wondering why leads are not coming your way. If you have been doing all the right things, if you have been sharing content, if you're showing up to your audience, especially on social media, and you feel that you're not generating the right results, you're right. Trust that intuition. Something is taking you to watch this video, right? You're definitely feeling that there's something else that you're missing and you don't know what that is. Like they say, what you don't know that you don't know is what is costing you the money. That's my case. Trust me here. I thought that I knew everything and I was just thinking that social media was the only place to be online, and I thought that the website was just like, something that not too many people was using. Boy, I was wrong. So why leads are not coming your way? You probably are lacking visibility. And when it comes to visibility, we're not just talking about Google, right? What about podcasting? What about Amazon? How can people find you on different apps? The other reason why leads are not coming your way is that probably your message is inconsistent. Probably people know you for something, but then when they search online, they can't really kind of put the two and two together. So if your message is not consistent, not only people are not going to be able to find you, but when they find you, they're not going to feel that they can trust you. Okay. And that's why they can be telling you, hey, you're so nice. Nice to meet you. You're great. You're awesome. But then they're not working with you. Why is that? Because they might not know that you can help them. Maybe you're not talking about your solutions enough. Maybe because I have seen this. I have seen creators that because they're super afraid to sell, they never talk about selling. I was guilty of that. And people kept telling me, I don't know what you do. I actually don't know. How can you help me? I feel like you could, right? So if that's the case with you, then what you need to do is to create more content for that bottom funnel, right? The BOFU, the bottom funnel. Lack of lead generation content. This is the middle funnel, like we learned before, right? If leads are not coming your way, it's because you're not making it easy to become a lead. You're not really giving them the chance to be closer in your journey, okay, in your funnel. Shall we fix it? Let's talk about that in just a second, okay? So bear with me. Still look like, I would say 3 more minutes and I'll be really, really quick. How can we fix that? We need a plan. We need a lead generation plan that has content marketing involved. And here's an example of a plan that we put together. And from this plan, I want you to remember the following. 26 is the magic number. Why do we say that? Because this plan actually combines articles with guides and social media posts that are going to be inside the same content marketing plan. 26 per month. If you do that for 3 months, in addition to that, if you want to go to events or do you want to do something beyond what you're doing online, go for it. But the goal with this plan is that you actually get to see how is it that you can grow your visibility and enjoy the benefits of having a visible brand and having actually leads coming your way without you having to turn yourself into a celebrity or working or putting the time or putting the effort. So take a picture of this, please, because if you follow this plan, I can tell you in 90 days, you're going to see results. You're going to feel that you have the data in particular to understand what is the kind of traffic that you're generating and what are the opportunities that you can find to optimize that traffic for conversions. Okay. So how do we get there? There's 2 ways to do this. One is like if you're walking, you're just learning, you're on your own, and then you're like, okay, let me download ChatGPT, but I'm not paying for it. Or let me just, do this free trial, but I don't really know. Or there's another way, which is when you go on a jet, right? You can still walk, but what happens, and especially for entrepreneurs, it can be exhausting, and especially if you're feeling the overwhelm, it's really not good for your mission. And I want you to be passionate about your mission, and I want you to see the results of what you offer, right? So if you are going to be doing this in the traditional way, which is what I told you, if you were going to hire people and hire the writers and then have the SEO person, the content writer, the person who is going to be sharing the content for you, and then if you're going to also do events, we're talking about an investment of at least $7,300 per month and your time, which is priceless, right? $7,300 per month and your time. That is a lot, which is why I told you that before AI, only the brands who had access to capital could afford this particular strategy of content marketing. Okay. Now, guess what? With AI, not only we can give you results because we have the tools that can allow us to go 10 times faster, but it's actually cheaper because we're actually taking the savings and passing them to you. So to give you an idea of our VIP concierge style content marketing management platform that we have, where you can actually just sit down, you tell us who do you want to attract, and then we work with you to get to do that. We're talking of an investment between $1,500 and $4,000 per month, but you're getting a team working for you. You're not just getting the app, you're not just getting the instructions, and then you do the work. You can, though, if you want that. And the biggest thing to me, in my opinion, is that you're going to get your life back. Can you imagine if you can get between 20 and 30 hours back per month so that you don't have to think about how is it that you're going to be marketing next month? You're not going to have to think about your content calendar or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want you to have that. I want you to have that, like, from the bottom of my heart. So let us do that heavy lifting if you want to. And what I want to do is under this video, there's actually a page where you can apply to our VIP concierge style content marketing program, where we mix our CRO, SEO, with the AI, with our content management system that will be basically automated, publishing content to your WordPress, of course, with your approval. And you just have to sit down and relax and see your brand grow. One gift, because you are staying here until the end, I want to give you access to my book, 100 Ways to Client Attraction. This has a list of 100 ways to generate leads. It's going to be free. All you need to do is just scan this QR code, okay? And also, if you want to apply for our VIP program, which is like a fresh program, use this QR code, and then we can have a conversation with you about your business, your goals, and see if we can help you with our VIP program. And with that being said, thank you again. Take a picture of this QR code and then apply for our solution and see if we are a fit. And I hope I can talk to you soon. Bye for now.